Hey guys, it's Maurice with Seatown Locksmith once again, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about brick and mortar. Now, I'm not talking about masonry, I'm actually talking about brick and mortar establishments. And what I'd like to discuss is three reasons why you should be using brick and mortar establishments more if you don't already. Number one of the main reasons you should use us over other types of locksmith companies is because we come with a level of trust and integration into your local community. People know that when they come to us, they're going to get a level of service that is upstanding, professional, and courteous in general, caring about their customers. Unfortunately, not all mobile locksmith services offer this type of care and consideration for their clientele. And the reason I say that is because it's widely known that unfortunately in our industry there are some bad actors, there's just some bad business practices and quite frankly scam artists in the industry that we are constantly trying to root out, but inevitably they are persistent in what they do, and it's just something, it's an ongoing problem we're dealing with. So number one, yes, is you can trust us, and we're very well known in our local community. So there's that. Number two, I would say we have a level of expertise and general knowledge of what we do far greater than your average, say, hardware store employee, which I know many of you go to get your simple house keys duplicated, or maybe for small items like padlocks and regular house locks. Now I can tell you, while I'm mentioning those products, that you may not know this, but what I can tell you is that those products at hardware stores are generally made by the companies that sell them specifically for hardware stores at a lesser quality than they do for, say, our specific trade. The products that we sell are a higher level of quality and build and durability, and longevity of the product is far greater than what you would get at a hardware store. In fact, we have a nickname for door locks that are sold at those stores. We call them 1-year locks, because they essentially last about a year and then they fail and you're locked out of your home, very frustrated. So don't necessarily go to those stores for the quote cheap products, because a lot of times that's exactly what you'll get, is cheap quality. And continue on that same subject, I would say our knowledge is greater than, say, the hardware store persons, not because we're smarter than them, not because we're better than them, but simply because we deal with this stuff day in and day out. Whereas your local guy at the hardware store may have first knowledge in, say, plumbing. They seem to be pretty good with that. Or gardening advice. Great. But locksmithing, creating a master key system, for example, or chasing down just an oddball key that you can't seem to find anywhere, that's where we come in, and that's where we recommend you go when you run into those types of bigger issues. So that's number two. Number three, I would say, is we provide a place for you to come physically with complaints. Now, the reason I say that is not because we're bad at what we do. We're actually really good at what we do, and we'll always take care of you. But there's people out there, again, not to pick on the one-man shows or the people that do mobile-only service, because there are many great mobile-only service locksmith technicians in the area. I personally know them. I've actually been one. I started my business as a one-man show out of a van. Nothing wrong with it, as long as they're reputable and professional and have integrity in what they do. I love them. They're fantastic. They're brilliant. They should be commended. However, let me give you a little example. Now, let's say you get locked out of your home or car, and you need to obviously get this remedy. You call Locksmith, he comes out, and you quickly realize you may have made a bad choice when he's wrenching on your door with God knows what, drilling it out, prying off the handle, prying open the door. Perhaps he breaks your door. I mean, how awful would that be? So you're sitting there, but you're frustrated, you're tired, you're exhausted, you're stressed out, you're in panic mode, and you don't know how to deal with the situation. So you just let him do his thing. He gets you in, okay? And you pay him an ungodly amount of money, because a lot of times that's what happens with these companies that represent themselves as locksmiths, but they're not really locksmiths. That's the sense that I would consider one. But they get you in, you charge them all this, they charge you all this money, you give it to them, and they leave. And it's not until the next morning when you wake up and you realize, oh my gosh, that experience was awful. You know, you've got your wits back. You're replaying the whole experience in your head and going, gosh, I need to complain to someone. I need to get my money back. I need them to come fix my door, my lock, my car, whatever it is. And you go to call a number, and it's not even the person that you spoke with. It's some dispatcher who's God knows where, probably New York, because that's a lot of time where these companies are based out of. And anyways, they give you the runaround. They tell you, oh, we'll fix it. Or they might just say, sorry, you know, that's our service. You paid for it. Good luck. And that's the end of it, right? So you're frustrated. You've paid hundreds of dollars for crappy service, crappy products, the whole experience. And you've got no recourse. And that's why I say, when you have a brick and mortar establishment, now you have somewhere to go. You can go to our office or come to our office and actually talk to a person that is standing right in front of you and voice your concerns and complaints. And you know, that's essentially it in a nutshell. If we didn't have this storefront, you would never be able to you know, have any recourse beyond the simple phone calls and kind of playing phone tag. You don't want that. You want to be able to get face to face with someone and really say, hey, you know, you need to make this right. And when you come to C-Town Locksmith, we will make it right. That's just how we work. We don't play any games. We don't try to win any situation. I'd rather take a loss on a situation to make a customer a long-term customer and a happy customer that's going to refer people to us based on their experience. So I'll leave it there. At the end of the day, you know, brick and mortar establishments can be very, very useful in your neighborhood. You're supporting small micro businesses. I mean, we're a small crew. It's only 6 of us, and you know, that's the end of it. We should just be mindful that if we go to these big box stores, for example, for all our security needs, what are you really doing? Are you helping the little guy out? No, you're not. So think about us next time you go out into the world and need some protection for your assets, yourself, and your loved ones. So I'll leave it at that. This is Maurice with C-Town Locksmith. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. I hope the weather gets better. I'm not I'm not holding my breath, but we can hope. All right, y'all take care. See you soon.